My little brother woke me up before school one Friday. "Can you get it now, please?" he asked as he shook my foot. I walked in the hallway and pulled the cord hanging from the ceiling. It was show and tell day at the school. My little brother wanted the teddy bear our grandmother had bought him a few birthdays ago. It was up in our attic. Though covered with a sheet, the bear was still super dusty. My brother didn't care. Grandma had just passed a few weeks before. My brother had been asking me to go up and retrieve the bear ever since. I did my best to clean it off. It wasn't a great job, but I still had to get myself ready for school and make my bus. I packed my little brother's lunchbox and sent him out the door. When I got back home that afternoon, my little brother was playing video games on the couch. "What's that?" I asked him. "It's my bear," he said. A teddy bear was sitting on the couch next to him, but it wasn't the same bear he had left home with. I picked the bear up and showed my brother how clean it was. I reminded him how dusty his bear was when I gave it to him that morning. It even smelled a lot different. "Oh," my brother said, still playing his game. "I must have taken Brian's by accident. I'll take it back to school Monday." As much as he bugged me about getting that bear, he didn't even make sure to bring the right one home. I woke in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. When I opened the door to the hallway, there it was. The bear was propped up against the wall outside of my bedroom. Though I didn't think much about it, I used the bathroom and quickly went back to sleep. The next morning, my brother started acting weird. He was eating breakfast at the kitchen table. Brian's bear was in the seat next to him. My seat. I poured myself a bowl of cereal and went to move the bear out of my way. "He's going to get mad at you," my brother said. "Huh?" "Seven said to tell you you can have your seat back when he's done." I looked at my brother like he was crazy and moved the bear to the floor. "Okay," my brother said. He stood up, put his bowl in the sink, and then took the bear and left the room. What was his problem? I opened the garage door and grabbed the handlebars to my bike. I started wheeling it toward the driveway. That's when I noticed my flat tire. I kneeled down to take a closer look. I found a nail sticking all the way through it. I pulled the nail out and inspected it. It looked brand new. "There you are." It was my brother's voice. I looked up and he was walking through the garage toward me. "What's up?" I asked. He walked past me and approached Dad's workbench. The bear was sitting on top of it. "You said you were coming right back." My little brother was talking to the bear. I watched as he picked it up and went back outside to play with his friends. I shook my head as I started searching the drawers for my patch kit. I glanced over to where the bear had been sitting. There was a box of Dad's nails on the workbench. The thought crossed my mind that my brother had punctured my tire, but then I accepted I likely had ran over one that fell on the floor. I grabbed my tools and started taking my wheel off. My door burst open. "Where's my money?" I turned around to see who my little brother was talking to. "What did I tell you about knocking?" I asked him. "I want my money back," he yelled. I had no idea what he was talking about. When I tried to tell him that, he pulled his arm back above his shoulder and heaved the TV remote at me. It hit me right in the face. I stood up to run after him. Of course, he darted into our parents' room. I wanted to strangle him, but Dad stopped me. My parents asked us what was going on. My little brother said he hit me because I stole his money. When my parents asked him why he thought that, he said Seven told him so. "Who's Seven?" Dad asked. "It's his new imaginary friend," I said. "He's been acting weird since he brought that bear home." Mom explained to my brother that I wouldn't steal his $13 and that he must have misplaced it. Dad said if the toy kept causing problems that he would take it away. I didn't care either way. I just wanted me and my things left alone. I wasn't so lucky. My friend and his mom invited me out to the local zoo that Sunday. That was a relief because my brother was driving me insane. All morning he had been playing the same song over and over on his stereo. He said it was Seven's favorite song. I had never heard it before. In fact, the lyrics weren't even in English. But after a great time at the zoo, I came home to a disaster. I opened the door to my room and saw 2 of my baseball card binders on the floor. Cards were scattered all over my bed and carpet. Some were ripped up, some were missing. I was going to kill my little brother. My mom was washing dishes. I barged into the kitchen and demanded answers. I showed her my room. She said my brother and Dad had left soon after I did to go to the movies. Well, somebody had violated my stuff, and it wasn't me. I reprimanded my brother when he got home. He said he hadn't been in my room. He said Seven must have destroyed my things as payback for stealing his money. I asked my parents to act on my behalf. Dad confiscated the bear. My little brother threw a fit. Dad said he'd take the bear back to the school and make the exchange himself. But my little brother didn't want Grandma's bear back. He wanted to keep Seven. I suggested my parents put my brother in the loony bin. They were convinced he was just grieving. I was too. I wanted my baseball cards back. My parents met me in the living room when I came home from school Monday. The bear was sitting on the floor between the two of them. They accused me of taking the bear from their bedroom and hiding it in the hallway closet. How? I was in school all day, and I was fine with never seeing that bear ever again. They told me I was grounded until I was ready to be honest. I thought everyone was losing their minds. Later that night, I overheard a conversation between my mom and dad. Mom had called Brian's parents to let them know my brother had accidentally taken Brian's stuffed animal. But they told Mom she was mistaken. Brian had brought a toy robot for show and tell. It was home with him. When Mom asked my little brother where the bear came from, this time he said he didn't know. I had had enough. It was time for me to take matters into my own hands. I waited until everyone was asleep that night and then crept to the garage. I checked to make sure I didn't have another flat tire. I had stuffed the bear in a trash bag and was going to ride over to a nearby shopping center to toss it in a dumpster. I had a busted bike, busted lip, and busted car collection, all in one weekend. No more. The only hard part would be not to get caught. It was only a 3-minute ride to the dumpster. I checked the bag to make sure the bear was still inside, then I threw it into the bin. The worst part was over, so I thought. Literally right before I stared back onto my street, a car decided to ignore a stop sign. I skidded right into the side of it. My parents had to get out of bed at 11 p.m. to take me to the emergency room. Luckily, I didn't break anything, but I was banged up pretty bad. My parents asked me where I was going. I lied and told them I had a bad dream about Grandma and needed air. They still extended my punishment another week for sneaking out. I stayed home from school a couple days as I started to recover. My aunt watched me while my parents were at work. One morning, I was sitting on her porch waiting for the trash truck to make its rounds. I enjoyed when the workers pulled the levers, and I got to watch the mouth of the trash truck eat all of the furniture and appliances in the back. I could already hear the truck one block over. My aunt's street was next. I was excited to see it turn her corner, but as the truck got closer, that fast I was annoyed. It was close enough I could start to hear the music through the rumbling of the engine. It was the same foreign song my brother had been playing that weekend. I was already sick of it, and just my luck, the driver had restarted it. I grabbed my crutches as I was ready to go in the house. I just have to catch my entertainment another time. I hobbled over to my aunt's screen door and opened it. As I was about to hop inside, I looked back toward the truck. The driver gave me a head nod. I waved back. He looked down next to him on the floor and started reaching for something. He brought up an object and propped it in the windshield. He looked back over at me. His smile made me feel uneasy. I looked over on the dashboard at the object. It was a teddy bear. Identical. The man was still staring at me and smiling. I rushed in the house and locked the door. I can't get that song out of my head now.